Have you ever looked at a professional gardening magazine and wondered, how do they do it? It often feels like landscaping is this big, secret, complicated design with big budgets, but we have a secret for you. It's really not that hard. Today, I'm sharing the only 5 landscaping tips you need to transform your outdoor space into a beautiful, professional-looking garden. Let's dive into tip number 1. The first tip is all about structure, and we call that layering. Think of your garden like a group photo. You want the tall people in the back and the shorter people in the front so everyone can be seen. In gardening, we do exactly the same thing. You want to place your tallest plants, like shrubs or tall ornamental grasses, against the fence or wall. In the middle, you place your medium-sized perennials, and in the front, you put your low-growing ground covers or flowers. This is important because it creates depth. Without the layers, your garden looks flat and boring. When you layer your plants, you're creating a lush, full look that draws the eye from the ground all the way up. It also helps hide the ugly stems of taller plants with the beautiful foliage of the shorter ones. For example, if you have a tall hydrangea in the back, you can plant some colorful heuchera or hosta at its feet to fill the gap. It's a simple trick that makes your garden look like it was designed by a professional. But layering is just the foundation. If you want to level up your gardening game, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button and turn on the notifications. We like to post new gardening tips and tricks every week. Tip number 2 is something many people get wrong: color. When we go to the garden center, it's easy to grab one of everything because every flower looks beautiful. But when we get home and plant 10 different colors in one spot, the garden can start to look messy and a bit chaotic. The secret to a professional looking garden is picking a specific color story and sticking to it. There are a few easy ways to do this, even if you've never studied color design. One of the most elegant ways is to create a monochromatic color palette. This simply means picking one single color, like purple, and using different shades of it, from light lavender to deep violet. You can even do an all-white garden, which looks incredibly peaceful and actually glows in the twilight. Because all the flowers are in the same color family, the garden feels very calm and sophisticated. If you want a bit more energy, try choosing colors that are neighbors on the color wheel. For example, if you pick yellow, orange, and red for a warm garden that feels like a sunset, or you can pick blue, purple, and pink for a cool garden that feels refreshing and soft. Since these colors are closely related, they always look together and create a very natural flow. Now, if you really want your garden to get the neighbor's attention from across the street, you should definitely try complementary colors. These are the colors that are opposite, like purple, yellow, and blue and orange. Because they are so different, they make each other look brighter and more intense. It's a high contrast look that feels very bold and modern. Whichever path you choose, whether it's one color, neighbor colors, or opposites, the most important thing is to repeat those colors throughout your space. Instead of planting one flower here and one flower there, plant them in groups. This repetition creates a sense of harmony. It makes the whole garden feel connected and intentional rather than just planting whatever and wherever. Now, this third step is my favorite and the easiest to do because it's free, and that's edging. You can have the most beautiful plants in the world, but if the grass is crawling into the flower beds and the lines are blurry, the garden will look untidy. A clean, sharp edge between your lawn and your garden is like the bezel of a painting. It tells the eye where the grass ends and the beauty begins. You can do this simply by using a spade to cut a V shape into the soil along the border, or you can use materials like bricks, stone, or metal edging. Clean lines, whether they are straight and modern or soft and curvy, give the garden a finished look. It shows that the garden is being cared for, and it makes your mowing much easier too. If your garden feels a bit messy right now, try doing some edging. You'd be amazed of the difference that you'll see. Tip number 4 is to create a focal point. In every good landscape, there should be one thing that catches your eye first. This is the star of the show. Without a focal point, the eye wanders around and doesn't know where to land, which can make the space feel unfinished. A focal point doesn't have to be expensive. It could be a large, beautiful flowering tree, a large stone bird bath, a colorful garden bench, or even just one very large dramatic plant like a giant hosta or a bright red Japanese maple. Now here's the secret trick to making your focal point really stand out. Use your color palette to guide the eye. Remember those repeating colors we just talked about? Imagine your entire garden bed is a sea of cool blues, purples, and soft greens. It creates a beautiful, calm background. But then, right in the center of the path, you place a single plant with bright red or vibrant orange leaves. Because that color is the odd one out, the human eye is naturally pulled towards it. It acts like a visual magnet. Now place your focal point where it can be seen from a main window of the house or the entrance to the garden. By using a pop of a different color against your repeated color palette, you aren't just planting a garden, you're telling a story. It gives your space a sense of purpose and a true wow factor that many people stop and look and admire. Before we get to our final step, I just wanted to mention that we do have an amazing online store where we can help you curate your beautiful backyard oasis. We have some beautiful plants that can help with your layering tactics or create that beautiful focal point. Be sure to visit us in store or online at www.wildwoodexpress.com. And finally, tip number 5, the one I spent the last 2 weekends doing myself: mulching. If you ask any professional landscaper what is the easiest and quickest way to make magic improvements to your garden, mulch. Mulch is that layer of material you spread over the soil around your plants. It serves as a very practical purpose because it keeps weeds away and holds moisture in the ground so you don't have to water as much. But from a design perspective, it's like putting that final touch of paint on your house. A dark brown or black wood mulch creates a high contrast background that makes your garden leaves and colorful flowers really pop. It covers the bare dirt and uniforms the ground, making everything look sharp and clean. Now, you don't just have to use wood chips. Many people are turning to stones and pebbles as a permanent mulch option. Using stones is a brilliant way to get creative with your landscaping. Because the stones come in so many different colors and sizes, you can actually create beautiful patterns and designs. For example, you can use a light colored stone to create a dry creek bed that winds through plants, or use contrasting colors to define different areas of your garden. Stones don't break down like wood does, so they stay looking perfect for years. Whether you go with organic bark or decorative stone designs, adding that finished layer to your soil will make your garden look 100% better instantly. So there you have it, the top 5 landscaping tips to make a pretty professional looking garden. Gardening should be fun and relaxing, not stressful. So this weekend, try one of those tips to see how transformative it could really make your space. Let us know which one of these tips you're gonna try this weekend. Leave it in the comments below, we'd love to hear.